All right. Good morning, everybody. I was going to say good to see everybody's faces, but I just see a bunch of black screens. But that's okay. It's early in the morning. I know, right? I don't take offense to that, just the black screen, you know. That's okay because, I'm not a morning person. As much as it almost seems like I am, I guess I have to be because of my job. I am not a morning person. When I wake up in the morning and my wife's like, "Hey, good morning. How did you sleep?" I usually don't even answer with words. I answer with grunts, "Huh," just things like that. So I'm not a morning person. If I didn't have to have my camera on, I guess I don't have to, but I guess, if I didn't have to have my camera on, I wouldn't have it on. I think we might have talked about that in the past is like when we have staff meetings, I'm like one of, I don't know, maybe there's like 100 people. I would say like 100 teachers at Timberline. I'm probably one of 20, 25 people that don't have their cameras on. And it's nothing personal. It's not because I don't want, because I'm not listening. Well, I mean, to be honest, sometimes I'm not, but um, it's nothing to do with like who's presenting or something like that. It's just kind of like a comfort thing. So I get it. I had somebody mention to me a couple weeks ago, like, "Hey, do you want me to turn my camera on?" I'm like, I would love to see everybody's faces, but my goodness, I totally respect that. I'm not going to require that. That's ridiculous when teachers do that, but that's just my opinion. Don't take that to anybody else. If you have a teacher that requires you to have your camera on, that's their choice. But you know, whatever. Anyways, that was like a tangent. I'm sorry about that. Let's take a look at this week's stuff in Canvas. So it's in front of you right now, the quadratic formula. Hopefully people have gotten a kind of a little bit of a head start. I looked on it last night and not a lot of people had accessed this already. So I really want to push that with you guys and with tomorrow's classes. Make sure you're getting on top of this stuff. It's really easy to kind of push it back and put it on the side and forget about it almost at the end. And I think every weekend I get people that are stressed out emailing me on Sunday, like, "I don't get it," and then asking them, like, "Well, have you been looking at it all week? When did you start looking at it?" Well, it was just like an hour ago. And they're frantically clicking through things just to get it done on Sunday night. And that's kind of a bad way to set yourself up for success. So even if you just start kind of like looking through the material, maybe watching some of the video if that's your thing, or practicing some of the problems. I'm not saying hours a day. I'm just saying, if your thing isn't to start early, maybe start with like 15 minutes. When we separate from class, right? Today, when we get out of here in about 5 minutes, then you'll take the next 40 minutes to kind of like look through problems and, try to get familiar with the material, at least kind of get an idea of what it's going on. So use that time wisely. Anyways, I'm getting off on a lot of tangents today. I'm sorry. I think it's because I had my coffee. I had Dutch roast today because it's sticker day. It's like Santa on a sticker. It's really cool. Practice problems, interactive textbook, extra practice. Those are always there for you if you need to access them or you need to figure out which practice problems you have to do, or if you want some more practice, where to go. Vocab and concepts and check-in. Both of these are available to you. This has been unlocked since last Wednesday, so hopefully you've had an opportunity to start looking through there. Yesterday, I think it was geometry, though. I had somebody email me and say that they were filling something in and they were confident that the answer was correct that they were filling in, but it was marking it incorrect. And me knowing how many times I make a mistake in a day, right? Don't tell my wife because she thinks I don't make mistakes, but I make mistakes all the time. I went in and sure enough, like I misspelled something, so it wasn't accepting it. So I was super thankful to her. Again, that was geometry, so not you guys, nothing you have to worry about. But if you're seeing something like that, if you're trying to do something and you're confident that it's maybe on my end that I screwed something up, I probably did. So please let me know. Don't be afraid to shoot me an email. I'm super grateful for those people that do that and keep me good. Vocab and concepts and check-in is there. Solutions manual, that's available to you if you want to use that. Video tutorials are there. Again, your guys kind of got jacked up. Typically and I don't remember who mentioned this at the start of the year. They asked me, instead of doing one long video, can we do two parts? The first part being like the examples, the actual lesson, and the second part being the practice problems. And my initial thought was, well, it might be kind of a pain in the butt to split it up. So I told them, no, I'm going to try to do it in one shot if I can. But now that we're getting into material that you guys haven't seen before, back at the beginning, it was all review material. So it kind of went a little bit quicker. Now it's taken a little more time, so it almost makes sense to do that. So I feel like all my videos lately, for the most part, have been doing that. A part one, which is all the examples and the actual lesson, and part two is all the practice problems. But for you guys, I think I had to pause part two for something, and for some reason I must have screwed up and not unpaused it, and I kept going and teaching stuff for like 10 or 15 minutes and realized that my video was still paused. So I had to do a part three. So I apologize for that, but that's how it's set up. Part one is the lesson. Parts 2 and 3 are the actual practice problems. And then just to kind of a quick heads up, starting next week, actually starting tomorrow, I misspoke. Starting tomorrow, the review and test will unlock. So, if you've already had a head start on this week's stuff and you want to knock this stuff out starting tomorrow, you're more than welcome to get on top of that. And then you're basically done until after break. So this review and test we'll talk about on Thursday will take us all the way up to break. And then you'll have 2 weeks off. So a good time to kind of cut that off. All right. I'm going to let these last stragglers in. Pause for questions. Feel free to unmute yourself. Type something in the chat box. I'll make sure to check that here in just a second. All right. I'm not seeing anything yet, but like always, I'm going to hang back and talk with people or be available for people. So if you're good to go and you want to spend the next 40 minutes looking at math and kind of getting a jump start on this week's stuff, please do so. If you want to talk or hang back and look at problems, I'm here for you. So I hope you have an awesome day, and we'll see you all Thursday. Thanks, Sarah. All right. Madeline, you too. All right. I'm here for you. Zach, you got any questions? Tiara? Zach, you got anything for me, man?